Okay, here we go. Time for phrase chunks. This is how you learn English the fastest way. This is how you get good at English. This is how you get fluent by having the phrases that you would say naturally on an everyday basis, not worrying about the grammar, just knowing how to do them, knowing how to say them in a way that sounds clear for a native speaker's ears, and you could just add on whatever else you need to add, whatever noun or verb. So here we're focusing on the schwa. We already talked about the schwa, that it's inside the body, it's neutral, and it just sounds like this, uh. It's not from the face. It's not ah, ah, ah. If you say it from the face, native speakers are going to have a hard time understanding you. Our ears listen for vibration. So we're not going to say a or a. We're just going to say with the schwa. So we already talked about in the words tu. We don't say tu. We're going to say t, 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 right? T. Same thing here. The, the, the. All vibration, not dot, 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 dot. We'll have a whole class on the TH later. So now when we're linking, it's got to be one connected sound. Listen to this. To the. It's two schwas. To the, like that. Okay, now we've got a content word and a function word together. So we're going to put a lot of attention on E, not on ne or de, on E and These are the important sounds here. E and Everything else is secondary. Listen to how I pronounce it. Don't pay attention to what you see. Pay attention to what you hear. Listen to this. Need to. Need to. Right? What you hear is E and Need to. Same thing with this. We'll have a class on T's. We already covered flat T, but in this case, I'm not gonna pronounce the T. I'm just gonna say wanna. You hear the schwa? No, no. It's not nah. 99% of you are gonna say nah. I'm gonna say no. How am I doing that? Keeping the energy coming from the body and moving forward. Wanna, like that. Okay, next one. Have to. Notice here, what I'm saying, it sounds like this. Have to. Right? Even make this big. Right? There's no room for this. Just for this word, we always turn the V into an F. F and V are minimal pairs, so all you're really doing is removing the vibration in this case. But we say have to. Have to. All right. This one, unless it's the main verb, right? We're not gonna say going. We're just gonna say gonna, right? If it's like this would be the main verb. If it's not the main verb, if we're just gonna say gonna, make it a reduction. And listen, no, gonna. Just two sounds, gonna, like that. And then here we already talked about this. What happens with this T? It's not important. Surrounded by vibration. Don't stop the vibration. Just keep the vibration going. And that T will turn into a soft D. And we finish with the schwa inside of the body. Try to. All right, so let's practice with some of these examples that we just covered here, right? So we could say a banana. Listen how many schwas there are. Three schwas, only one sound standing out. And it's not a consonant sound, it's a vowel. Listen. A banana, a banana, a banana, like that. Okay? Let's use the verb here. So here it would be to sepa, right? This is a schwa, this is a schwa. Listen how small this is to separate, right? You could replace this with any or verb that you want, but as long as you're coming in like this to it's easy for the native speaker to prepare for what's coming next, right? And what's coming next is a big sound to separate, like that. So I mean here the let's use the vanilla. So listen, two schwas in a row. The v, all vibration, not da ba da ba da ba. It's the vanilla. Or if you're in the minority, you might say the vanilla. I think that's harder. Okay, so to the Euro shop, maybe let's just say house. To the if you say to the house, to the house, to the house, it is so hard to understand. But if you say to the house, to the house, that to the is easy to understand because it's vibrating inside the body. The listener can pay attention easily. All right, here most of the time you guys are being understood through context. Most of the time you're saying need to, need to, need to. So it's not obvious if you need to or if you need also, right? Like TOO. But if you use the schwa and say need to, make E big and need to, then we know that it's a function word. So let's just stay with the verb separate. All right, so need to sepa. You see how much contrast this is creating? Need to separate. Need to separate like that. Or let's change it. Wanna, let's say, travel. Get a syllabic consonant here. We already talked about why we don't pronounce this vowel sound. It's a syllabic consonant. Lots of videos about that already. You can just search on my channel, syllabic consonants. So we're not gonna say vel, it's gonna be vul, vul, vul. So this is the most important sound in the whole phrase. This is the second most. Listen to this. Wanna travel. Wanna travel. You can hear that. You hear that vowel going all the way up and down. Travel. Like that. Okay? Have to, let's just, I don't know, have to remember. Let's say that. Have to remember. So first syllable is unstressed there. So guess what we're gonna do? Turn it into a schwa. What a surprise. So we're not gonna say re or re. It's gonna be r, r, r. So there'll be two schwas next to each other. Have to have to remember. And notice everything you hear is a vibration. It's all vibration. It's not have to remember, have to remember, have to remember. In the mouth is have to remember. Even the M sounds are vibration. It's not mem, 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 mem. This doesn't exist in American English. Mem, mem, mem. M is this. Listen, have to remember. Have to remember. So if you're listening like a pro, you're listening to the vibration, you're listening to how high the pitch goes and how low and short the unstressed syllables are. Okay, gonna, what? Let's say gonna dedicate. So here we got stress, unstressed, dead, schwa sound. Two schwas. Gonna dedicate. Gonna deda. This is what I was talking about, extracting sounds, not pronouncing the whole thing. If you just say gonna deda, gonna deda, gonna deda, gonna deda, your ears can start to pick up on that. Gonna deda. If instead of looking at the word gonna dedicate, no, gonna deda, gonna deda, gonna deda. Get your body used to that. Get your ears used to it. Gonna dedicate, gonna dedicate, and try to let's say resolve. And guess what? Another unstressed syllable in the first vowel. So I'm gonna say try to re, not try to re. Try to re, try to re, try to re, try to re. No, no. Try to re. You hear I'm singing the whole time? Try to resolve. Try to resolve. All right. So this is probably the first thing I would recommend someone who's starting to learn English to learn. I would not recommend that you start learning, the difference between, present tense and present perfect, or whatever, past simple and present perfect. Who cares? Who cares? This is what you need to do, and you need to be able to say it in a way that people understand, right? You can memorize all the grammar, and if you can't say it in a way people understand, then you might as well be a beginner anyways. So just focus on these key phrase chunks that you can use all the time in so many different situations, right? And then if you don't pronounce, right, these content words perfectly, okay, but you know, it's going to be a lot easier for the person to understand if you start out in a way that's familiar. All right. So those are our schwa phrase chunks. And now comes the most fun part of the show. Pronunciation analysis. Any guesses who we will be analyzing today? Drop it in the chat. Anybody want to guess? Whose pronunciation will I break down? So before I even do that, let me put my disclaimer that I am not judging when I do these accent analysis. I am not saying that this person must follow my tips or my guidance or change their accent. What I am saying is that the things that I'm going to point out here are things that will make this person much easier to understand for a native speaker, that fit into a native speaker's ear in a way that's comfortable and easy. So, without further ado, let's check out who